What's going on, guys? In today's video, I've got a really special recording for you. So this is a recording from one of my legacy events. My legacy membership is one of my highest level masterminds with the people that I coach. And most of the people in this room are doing 6 figures per month already in their business or close to it. And so this is actually a clip from one of the trainings that I did at our most recent legacy event that was live here in Austin, Texas. And this was the favorite presentation amongst all of our members. So amongst all of our members, this was one of their favorite presentations that was presented at the legacy event. And so in this video, really, I'm diving into the one thing that you need to focus on in order to scale your business consistently, in order to see consistent momentum as you scale your business. If you could narrow that down to one thing, what would you focus on in order to scale your business consistently? So that's what I cover in this video. I hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Enjoy. The more that we can simplify things, guys, and truly, like whenever you're thinking about your team, whenever you're thinking about your operations, whenever you're creating processes, keep it as simple as possible, because simple will scale. Simple will also be implemented by other people. Then 3 phases: scaling, stabilize, optimize, expand. And remember when I was speaking about my growth journey, I went from stabilize straight to expansion, 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 without optimizing first. And so we should have gone stabilize, then optimize, and really gone deep into what we were doing, and then look at expansion. And then once you do one expansion, now we need to stabilize, and then we need to optimize again before expanding another time. So when I was thinking about what is the one thing that we could focus on in order to maintain momentum in the business, the most important variable to maintaining momentum is the Moneyball. Now, who's seen the movie The Moneyball? Raise your hand. Can anybody tell me what the Moneyball concept is?
KPIs, numbers.
So not just KPIs. So in baseball, for those of you who haven't seen the movie or understand the theory here, the Oakland Athletics, they were at a point in time where their budget was like super low compared to the rest of the teams in the Major League Baseball League. So they had to come up with an idea and a theory on how they could actually beat these teams that had massive budgets. And so what they did, they brought all of these analysts in. They started analyzing all of these different metrics in baseball, and what they realized was that if they could just get on base more frequently, they would win more games. And so they changed their entire strategy to getting base hitters. It's like, who are the people that we can recruit that are undervalued by other teams that get on base consistently? And if they could just get on base more consistently, then they would win more games. So they changed the entire focus of the team to getting on base. Instead of trying to find these big players and trying to get them to win more games, they changed the entire focus to just getting on base. And so for us, the single most important metric that we can focus on that will drive more revenue in the business is the Moneyball. So if we can apply this and we can get everybody thinking the most simplistic way possible and the entire team rowing in one direction, we need to figure out what our Moneyball is so that we can create this effect for our company. So what is our Moneyball? In a real estate company, what's our Moneyball? Now, I was at a conference with Jeb Blunt. Anybody know Jeb Blunt? Fanatical Prospecting. It's a great book if you haven't read it. All of your sales team should read Fanatical Prospecting. And he went through this exercise with us to determine what our Moneyball is. And when we got the team focused on the Moneyball, like you saw the turning point in my business. Well, That came after we started really, really focusing on the Moneyball and got all of our team focused on this. The Moneyball in a real estate company is appointments attended if you're doing in-person appointments, offers made if you're virtual. Why? Why is this the Moneyball? It's impossible to drive revenue in the business if you're not attending appointments or making offers. Impossible. You have to attend appointments in order to make offers. It's the one thing that has to happen in your business in order to drive revenue. Period. It's the one thing that has to happen. You could literally make offers on the MLS and get deals if you needed to. It's the one thing that has to happen. So the Moneyball is how many appointments do you need to attend? It's attended appointments. Do you need to attend, or how many offers do you need to make every week? That's the Moneyball in the business. So how do we find this number? How do we determine what our Moneyball metric is? Because every week, your entire team needs to know where you at in relation to your Moneyball metric. This is an entire team thing. All of your team needs to be aware of the Moneyball. Are we on track with the Moneyball? Because the Moneyball is an all hands on deck effort to make sure we hit this metric. We've got to hit this metric. It is do or die. We hit our Moneyball metric every single week. And if you can do this, you will maintain momentum in your business. In fact, there's no way that you don't maintain momentum if you hit this metric. There's no way you don't maintain it. And there's so many things, like Matt was saying, there's so many things that we can get distracted with that will pull our attention away from this, especially as you start to scale and there's a lot more things going on in your business. There's so many things that we can distract ourselves with that pull our attention away from the main thing. The main thing that we need to keep, the main thing, is hitting the Moneyball metric, which is, do we have enough appointments every single week that we're attending in our company? If not, it is an all hands on deck effort to hit this number. And this is something that you check in on weekly, you check in on daily, and if you're not on track Tuesday, if you're not on track Wednesday, then you need to change things. This is how important this metric is that it's something you have to track daily, and if you're not on pace, you have to adjust. And if you can do this, if you can operate this way, there's no chance you don't maintain momentum. There's no chance you don't keep consistent revenue in your company. So how do we establish this? There's going to be a lot of math thrown at you guys, so take pictures if you need to, but this is where we're diving into some numbers and metrics. I was actually going to call this presentation like maintaining momentum through metrics or something, but when I shared that with the team, they all looked at me with blank faces, and I was like, all right, we'll find another name for it. So first off, we need to establish our current Moneyball based off of baseline metrics. We've got to know where you're at right now. I can give you target numbers, but you have to know where you're at now in your business, because that's your baseline that you're going to go off of. That's your baseline in which you've got to build your target Moneyball metric off of. So first, how many appointments do you need to attend each week in order to reach your revenue goal for the month? This is the question that we have to ask. Like, how many appointments do you need to attend each week in order to hit the revenue goal? Based on your current profit per deal, how many deals must be closed in order to hit your revenue goal? So you've got to know your current profit per deal in order to determine this metric, because we're going to reverse engineer everything down to a T, exactly what needs to happen. Because if we can do this, that's how you maintain momentum, especially when you start adding people. There's so many distractions that are going to come your way. You've got to keep this the core focus. So current profit per deal, got to know it, because that's going to determine what your Moneyball is in order to hit your revenue goals. With your current appointment to close ratio, how many appointments need to be attended each week in order to close your target number of deals? For instance, if your goal is 100K per month, your average profit per deal is 20K. If you have an attrition rate, which means a fallout rate in contracts, attrition rate of 20%, appointment to contract ratio of 20%, meaning you get 1 out of 5, you get 1 seller contract for every 5 appointments that you attend. And then appointment scheduled to attended ratio of 60%. Y'all kind of want to write this down or take pictures. There's a lot of numbers. But these are the numbers that you have to think through. These are the numbers that you have to walk through in order to really get this metric accurate. So appointment scheduled to attended ratio 60%. That means that in order to close, not just sign, close 5 deals, if we are a contract to close ratio of 80%, we're going to multiply that by 0.8, puts us at 6.25. That means we need to get 7 contracts minimum in order to close 5 deals. So we divide that by 4. That means that we need 2 contracts per week because we can't get 1.75 contracts. I would rather hedge my numbers in order to make sure that I hit my goal. So in order to close 5 deals, I'm going to shoot for 2 signed contracts per week. Does this make sense, everybody? And if I'm getting 2 contracts a week, we should be able to close 5. But the problem that a lot of people have is they think, I need to close 5 deals, I'm going to shoot for 5 contracts. And it's false thinking because you're not running math correctly. You're not looking at the actual math in your business. So we've actually got to think for all of those unseen variables that inevitably happen, and we've got to expect them and plan for what always happens. Plan for things going wrong. Which puts us at 10 appointments attended per week is the Moneyball. Because 2 divided by 0.2, so just to let you know, you guys know how I got the math, 2 contracts per week divided by 0.2, which is a 20% closing rate, puts us at 10 appointments attended per week. That's the Moneyball. So this is the metric. So back when I had an in-person office, everything's virtual now, but when I had an in-person office, literally on the whiteboard in like big bold letters, and with a big circle around it, we had 10 appointments. So we had like Moneyball, 10 appointments per week. It was actually like 20 appointments, but like we had the Moneyball circled in bold for everybody to see in the office so that everybody knew what the target was. This is like all hands on deck effort. Make sure that we hit the Moneyball. If we're not there, we gotta adjust and pivot as a team. Meaning like if acquisitions need to do text, they do text. If lead managers need to do text, they do text. If we need to start cold calling people, we start cold calling people, but we adjust to make sure that we hit the Moneyball. Now we've established the Moneyball, how do we actually hit the Moneyball? So once we've established the metric of, all right, we've got to attend 10 appointments per week in order to make sure we hit 100K per month. That's if you're averaging 20K per deal. So now, how do we make sure that we hit the Moneyball? How do we actually go about hitting it? So if we need to attend 10 appointments per week and we have a 60% scheduled appointment to attended ratio, we need 17 appointments scheduled per week.
But if you're doing it virtually, it's just 10 offers made?
Yeah. Like depending on your offer process. But it's like if it's offers made, you got to look at your metrics. And you got to, the process is the important thing here. You got to like look at your process and you got to establish baseline based off of like your current processes. So per marketing channel, what is our lead to scheduled appointment ratio? So with SMS, let's say you were at 7 leads to 1 scheduled appointment. That means you need 63 leads per week. That means 13 leads per day, 6.5 leads per day per full-time SMS agent. You need 2 full-time SMS agents, which means that's $11.20 per month per SMS agent at $7 an hour, times 2, $22.40 per month, plus $3,000 a month in SMS costs. And then we got cold calling. So that is to get to 1 contract a week from SMS, predictably. And then we've got cold calling, 6 leads to 1 scheduled appointment, 48 leads per week, 10 leads per day, 2 leads per day per full-time cold caller. 5 full-time cold callers should equate to 1 contract per week. That's $11.20 per month per cold caller times 5, $5,600 per month. Plus data, 50,000 records times 0.13, which is purchasing data, skip tracing it. If you're using Skip Matrix, our skip tracing provider, you can get 10 cents per lead at that amount, $6,500. Total marketing costs, $17,340. These are pretty conservative. I was being pretty conservative on these numbers. Who believes here, if you have 5 full-time cold callers and you've got 2 full-time SMS agents, you should be able to get like 5 deals. 5 deals closed. You should be able to. So if your SMS agents are doing a good job, and you got good reps in there.